post your questions in the chat. Um, Also, all the assignments will be published on the Marketing Cloud Community LinkedIn group. So make sure you are a part of the group and then register for all the sessions because active participants can win swags and vouchers. For some reason, I missed the slide yesterday. So here you go once again. Um, and about the sessions, we have total 12 days of sessions lined up for you. Today's day 4. We have some amazing speakers who you will be meeting with in the upcoming sessions. And today is once again, day 4, content creation and delivery. And with that said, I will introduce Kuldeep to you all. You attended like his session yesterday as well, so um, you already know him, but here you go. Welcome, Kuldeep. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. Hi, good morning. So today again we are going to cover that part 2 of content creation and delivery. When I'm talking about that content creation and delivery, then yesterday we talked a lot about this, but lot of topics is pending still, and we will going to cover today, and we will check the demo as well. So Piyush, I'm really excited. I think all the trailblazers are really excited for the same.
Yes, I can see a brandy in your hand as well.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So we can start, I think.
Yes, yes, go ahead, please.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so my name is Kuldeep Sharma. I'm a marketing champion, Salesforce Jaipur user group leader. I'm a founder of Marketathon program, marketing cloud consultant at Dot Squares, and I'm a equality advocate. Recently, we had a Jaipur Pride as well for the LGBTQIA plus community, and I'm also a part of Bharat Dreamin as well. So I think we will talk about the Bharat Dreamin as well once the session will end. So yeah, I'm going to move to the next section. So today's topic is content creation and delivery part 2, and our agenda is email creation best practices and tips, content blocks. Then we will talk about that send management. Under the send management, we will cover a lot of things like the IP address. We will cover that sender profile, delivery profile, send classification. Then we will check that how to organize the content strategy. So we will check the demo for the same, and then we will cover the email delivery concept, how we can improve this delivery, and what type of best practices we need to consider. So shall we start, Piyushaji?
Yes, please.
Okay, so we can start with content creation best practices and tips. So if we are going to cover that content creation, then definitely what is the first thing in our mind? In a marketing, if I'm talking about the marketing cloud, then the audience is the first. The audience is the first pillar we always need to consider about the audience. So know about your audience is really important. Understand your audience, that what targeted audience you have, or what type of audience you are targeting, and on which criteria you are targeting those audience. So before creating like any type of content, you just need to understand that who you are emailing, and what what are their demographics, what your audience interest, what the pain points your audience has. So all type of things you need to consider before sending out any email, because this will help you to create the content that just relevant to them, that they can feel the relevancy for the same. So know your audience is really important before going to create any content, because without knowing your audience, it's not possible to create a or crafting a great email or engaging email as per their choice. Then the segmenting also important, because if you know about your audience, then the segmentation is also important. So you can also divide your audience into a different type of smaller groups, and then based on their action or based on the shared characteristics or shared interest, you can just send out to the email accordingly. So you need to segment your audience first. So know your audience is really important. You can see here a image here. So this is just a screenshot of that content builder where you are creating an email. Okay. And creating the content here. So this is just a drag and drop functionality. In a basic content, you can see the button, code snippet, free from HTML, a lot of options here. We will talk about this today. And in advanced content, we have a lot of free form, dynamic form, enhanced content blocks. We have a lot of blocks as well. So we will check under that block section, content block section as well. Interactive content, we have a social media. So this is the kind of image. So you can see here, and you can just think about it, that how it looks like. I will explain into the demo as well. Okay. So this is the first part, that knowing your audience is really important before crafting any type of email. Then the next part is content strategy and planning. Whenever we are thinking about any type of strategy or planning for your content, then definitely a goal of the for content is really important. So set your content goal. You just need to determine that what your audience want, or what you want your content to achieve. Like, because each and every content having a goal. So you just need to determine that, okay, if I am writing this email or this content for that e-commerce purpose or for promotional purpose, then what type of audience I'm using, or what this content is proper or not. Like just driving the traffic, I'm using this content, or just increasing that brand awareness, I'm using this type of content, or this content is just for that generate lead or generate conversions. So we just need to make sure before crafting an email. Then one more thing, that because here I'm using the planning word, the content planning. So if I'm planning something, then definitely I need to use the calendar. I think if you have attended the yesterday class, then in our yesterday session we checked that calendar option as well, that there is a, in a navigation panel we can see that calendar options. And then there you can plan and you can schedule that what type of content you are planning. Okay, because it's ensuring that you are helping something to that organized, because the organized content is really important. So you need to create a content calendar as well, to just plan your email. Okay. So the content strategy and planning cover these type of things. And if I'm talking about that content creation and writing, then if the content creation and writing, as we yesterday session we talk about that subject line, header, footer, content body. Okay. So the content creation and writing definitely including all these type of things, but the compiling subject line, that personalized subject line, short, crispy, relevant subject line is really important. So we need to make sure that it um, it encourage the open rate or that click rate. We can also include some keywords as well, and if the subject line is more personalized, then it would be great. We also, when I'm talking about the content creation, then the CTA, call to action, is also important. So we can also put the call to action button, as you can see here, that button text in this image. So uh, we can just use this type of button, like for the sign up or click here, like type of thing. So we can we can generate more and more conversions just because of the CTA. CTA is for your own language. You can create a specific language or whatever type of buttons you need to put here, like the sign up button or submit now button, then it would be great. Also, you need to make sure that your full content, because it's a it's all about the creation and writing, so please make sure that it's all about that mobile friendly, because mobile friendly writing is really important whenever you are crafting or creating any type of email. So you just need to avoid some types of complex sentence, like you need to just using the white space or using a short paras and bullet points for that better readability on mobile devices. You can also, like, you can, you know that you can increase the pixel sizes of your content, like minimum 14 pixel you can use, but I recommend that if you can use that more than 14 pixel, then it would be more good for that reader. And it's easy to rendering for the mobile device as well. So please make sure that you have a email which have like mobile friendly writing and complete mobile responsive, mobile aware you are using. Personalization is also important, because you just need to use your audience data to personalize your email. And because if it's all about the personalization, so we can just include the name, location, your audience interest, your audience purchase history we can use. Personalized emails are more likely to get read and more acted upon for that, for any type of particular action. So this one is also important. So in content creation we can see that subject line matters, we can add the CTA button, we have a mobile friendly design, and we have a personalization as well. If you want to add like that the simple and clear email, then it would be also great. Please make sure that each and every element in the footer, in the header, is properly aligned. So all type of things you need to consider under the content creation and writing. When I'm talking about the design and the branding, then this is the topic which we have um, yesterday, which we have talked about. So design, under the design and branding, the email design best practices, you need to consider that whenever you are designing any type of email, then it should be visually appealing and that user friendly, and please make sure that you are using the high quality images. Okay. And branding elements and the clear layout should be there, and in the header section you need to add the logo as well for the branding purpose. And because it's all about the design and branding, so you need to maintain that the brand consistency. So please ensure that your email design is aligned with your brand voice, or aligned with your marketing strategy as well. um, so just use to your theme color, like if your website is built in just 3 colors or 4 colors, then just use your brand colors into that, in the same brand color into your email, and same font and logos, so readers can relevant feel the relevancy for the same. Then the A/B testing and optimization we can see here. So this is also a very great tip in order to create any content, because before sending out any email, A/B testing is really important and necessary step. A/B test is different aspect of your email, such as the subject line testing. You can do CTA, sender name, design element, because it's all A/B testing. If we are talking about, then obviously it's helping us to understand, that what resonates best with your audience. It can be optimized based on the data, because it's A/B testing is just analyzing your email performance data and identify data or identify areas for that improvement, that okay, this email is not working, then okay, this is the good subject line and good CTR we can generate, so okay, let's use this subject line. So we can optimize based on the data. We can optimize our email as per that A/B testing, and continuously test we need to do in this case until we are not receiving um, any final thing. Like you can also test the email body, subject line, like different type of things you can test. Then content block. Piyusha ji. mm, Hello.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah, sorry for the interruption. Actually, you just need to check the chat button. So if any attendees are any inquiry or any questions, then you can just note down this. So we will clear this once the session will be completed. We will look into the same. Okay.
Perfect, perfect. I've also enabled the Q&A section. So if you have any questions, please write them in the Q&A section. If you have any other issues, if you're not able to use Q&A, you can write those in the chat section, and we'll cover those towards the end of the section or after the demo as well.
Great. So this is content block. If I'm talking about the content block, it's we can just say that okay, this is the reusable modular piece of content. We can reuse this. We can, you know that in our content builder we have a drag and drop functionality. So we just need to drag and we just need to use the drag and drop functionality and use these content blocks. Content block is just that you know that reusable modular piece of content. So we are managing the content block in the content builder, and it's for that email, it can be inserted into that landing pages as well, and any other assets you can insert these content block, and it allowed to create and manage headers or CTA button you can create by using these. You can create a you can use create a footer as well by using this content block. So social follow button, social interaction button you can create by using the content. A lot of options you have, but the most important part of that, okay, this is the allow, lot of things are comes under this am, but what type of main important content blocks? Not only these I have mentioned, even we have a like lot of content blocks we have, like the social follow button, social sharing button, we have an interactive content blocks as well. But I have listed only few important content blocks which we are using many times. So yeah, so first one is that text content block. So text content block will allow you to add text, and that image content block is allowed to add images in marketing assets like in a landing page or email or any other marketing assets. Einstein content selection, when I'm talking about the Einstein content selection, then this is the feature of Marketing Cloud, which is using the AI, because it's all about the AI. And it's Einstein content selection is recommend the best content should be included in our email and in our landing pages. Um, because it's just a feature that you know that we can say that it's leverages the AI to optimize the content within your email. It works by that analyzing that any past subscriber behavior you have, or any engagement, any past engagement data. uh, so you just need to determine that which type of content piece will resonate most effectively with different type of your audience segments. So you can easily select your content. AI will automatically select your content, and how it's working actually, because if we are talking about the SAM, then you can easily create that Einstein content selection by using your content builder. You just need to create a lot of pool of content access, you know, that the images, text block, headline, and product recommendation, and then each and every assets is automatically tagged with some attributes like that color, topic, or product category. So you can just need to create a pool, then you just need to define your subscriber data, and Einstein algorithm will matches all your attributes of your content assets against your subscriber profile. So it will be automatically predict that okay, this is the asset which can generate that maximum highest engagement for any subscriber. Okay. So it will analyze your content, and it will be predict, because it's all about the Einstein, it's all about the AI. So it will automatically predict a very great thing for you. uh, if I'm talking about that, because it's not only limited things, because nowadays whenever in a e-commerce businesses also using this Einstein content selection to showcasing their product that are most likely to interested for the each subscribers, because you know that in e-commerce websites lot of customers are coming, and on a daily basis they are purchasing some items. So based on their past purchases and based on their browsing behavior, Einstein content selection is just showcasing only those product which they are interested most likely. Okay, so we need to just understand like this. So I think you all can, now you all can understand. Not only that, only the e-commerce products, if we have any different type of products, or if we have a different type of promotions, then also we can use our if we have a different type of subject lines. Okay, so the Einstein can select that one particular subject line based on their prediction, like okay, this subject line is a containing a great open rate or a good click rate, then automatically that it will optimize the subject line and it will pick up. So Einstein content selection having like having a lot of you know lot of examples. Now we are going to into the next section, A/B test content block. So this is the content block. A/B test content block is allowing us to, like that a test in the different you can just compare to the two different versions of your content, like version A or version B. Not only two, even A/B testing, it means not only two, like version A, version B, or version C, or version D. Like within a single email, you just need to determine that okay, this is the version which is most resonates better with my audience. Okay, so we can say that it's a data-driven approach, helping us to optimize our emails and helping us to improving our engagement and conversions. So it's really great for us. Already you know that what is the A/B test. So if we are applying the A/B test content block, then we just need to create that content variation under this, so that you can create two different variation of the content you want, like the images, headline, subject line, whatever you want to pick. Then you just need to integrate within your email. So you can just need to drag and drop that A/B test content block in your email template with a designated space, so you can see there that okay, this is the version A, this is the version B. Now you can just define that split ratio there, so you can determine that okay, this percentage of audience is most interested with this version, um, and this type of audience is not much interested on the version A, version B. So you can just define your things according to that A/B testing content block, and you can also test the duration as well, uh, like uh, like how long you want to run the A/B testing, for the hours or for the days or for the weeks. So you can decide. Okay, the next one is that free form content block, an interactive email form block. So when we are talking about the free form content block, it means the free form is like just offering us a complete blank space, like you can say the complete blank canvas. So we need to insert there, or if we have any HTML amp script card or any type of snippet if we have, then we just need to insert our snippets under the free form content block. So we can, that we can add customized our content directly within our email by just using the free form content block. So just for the example, like if you are just need if you are just for the example, like sports website, okay, and the sports website want to display the personalized scoreboard um, for their for my preferred team, or maybe your preferred team. So in this case we can use the free form content block, because The free from content block with amp script is a function where you can easily do this thing. Okay, so you can just customize your code here, and then audience can easily see that the personalized scoreboard according to their choice. Okay, because a lot of sports websites are using this nowadays in their CRM system, and then customer can see the same. So this is also a good thing. And not only this thing, even lot of examples we have under the free form content block. When we are talking about that interactive email form block, then the interactive email form block is just that empowering your subscribers as well to submit information directly within an email without going to that any separate landing page. So it's also boosting the conversions, because that we already have a interactive email form block, so we don't need, in this condition, we don't need any landing page. And we our subscriber can completely redirect to the landing page by using this. So if we are talking about any example, then sometimes that are some shopkeepers, or maybe the some website owners wants star rating to us. So star rating email is also including, like, okay, the when the customer can complete and submit their rating. Okay, this is the thing where we can use that interactive email form block. And lot of surveys, lot of feedback type of emails we can use this. The next one is the dynamic content block and enhanced dynamic content block. So when we are talking about that dynamic content block, then we actually, yesterday we also talk about that dynamic content. Okay, but so this is the same, because this is a block. Okay, uh, which already uh, which already available in the content builder. So it's allow us to display different type of content within a email based on any specific subscriber attribute or any specific data. So this dynamic content block is just enable a basic personalization without the complexity of that enhanced counterpart. So like, if you want to check that, okay, uh, so how you can create it, because the first thing that if you are talking about the dynamic content block, then you just need to create it. So how you do this, you just need to go to your content builder. You just need to link your dynamic content block to your data extension or your subscriber list, okay, wherever that the audience information is there. And then you can define the rule there. So we have a different type of rule within the content block, and it's all depends upon your needs. Okay, so the rules is just depending on the data. Just like if I'm a if I'm interested for any type of products, personalized product, then I just need to create a rule that, okay, purchase history. So based on my purchase history, the content will be automatically displayed as per according to my purchase history. So this block is also really important. When I'm talking about the enhanced dynamic content block, then enhanced dynamic content block is more advanced personalization tool. You know, so they are building under the dynamic content block, we can see, and a very user friendly interface it is. So like, if we have a, like, if I'm just giving example for the personalization, product recommendation, okay, personalized product suggestions based on your past history or based on your category, then it's also applicable. Now one thing in your mind, that okay, then what is the difference between the dynamic content block and enhanced dynamic content block if both are in that personalization? Okay, we know that the enhanced dynamic content block is more advanced personalization, but not dynamic content block. But what is the key difference? So this dynamic content block is actually required that amp script, but the enhanced dynamic content block is not required any type of amp script. It's just covering a user friendly interface. Okay, but it comes with a very great and advanced functionality. So you can easily centralized your assets management. Okay, uh, assets management means your content management you can easily, but this dynamic content block is limited within the block. Okay, so you don't have much more functionality under this. If I'm talking about segmentation, then yeah, the dynamic content block is basic data filtering, but here a lot of segmentation options we can see under the enhanced dynamic content block. Then we can go to the next part, chord snippet block. Chord snippet block, if I'm talking about, then it's just a snippet. So we can save and reuse our snippet means our html or amp script, or if we are using any other type of language, then we can just save this snippet code under this code snippet block in our email, and we can use whenever it's applicable. So it's just a reusing, because you know that it's a reusable model piece of content, the definition of content block. So here also we can use this content snippet block multiple times. So we just need to create the snippet first. We can write down in the html, css, or whatever language you are using for your purpose. So we can use this, and just like you want to use the countdown timer, so you need to run that countdown timer, so you can also use just countdown timer in an email, and then you can drag and drop these type of code snippet functionality based on that, based on your purpose. So it's all about this. Button block and external content block. When I'm talking about that button block, then this is that normal is just a normal button, which is just adding the buttons, or adding the link. Okay, so because you know that sometimes we just want to fetch that content immediately whenever we are editing any type of email. So it's very important on in this case, and we can also, you know, that presenting the real time data with the stock pricing, with that sports score as well. So what we can do, we can just add that link, or any button in this block, or any type of external website link also we can add. So that's why it's all about, so that different type of purpose we are using this content block different. Yeah, the next slide, sand management. So sand management is just about the configuration and that execution of our email send process. This is really a great thing, because before buying our any edition of our after buying our edition of marketing cloud, then we need to buy the sender authentication package from the from the Salesforce. If we have an large based of audience, then we definitely need this. If we don't have much large based audience, or we are just going for the testing purpose, then the shared ip is also good. But if we have a larger audience or broader audience, then that definitely we need to buy the sender authentication package, because this sender authentication package is just a set of tools, we can say. So it's validating your brand as an email marketing entity, and giving us the access to your inbox. It means it's by using the sender authentication package, that email will comes into your inbox only, because it will be, because SAP will make sure about it that it comes to your inbox. And how is it possible? Because this comes under that lot of tools. First one is dedicated and the trusted domain. Second one is that custom account branding. Third one is dedicated IP address it comes with, and with the functionality of reply mail management. So we can improve our deliverability by using the sender authentication package. We can also increase our brand identity as well, and obviously it's a comes with dedicated ip and the reply mail management. So it will gives us a finer control over the sender reputation and the response management as well. So when we are talking about that sender authentication package, then the first one is the dedicated and trusted domain. So this domain, trusted domain, dedicated domain, is really important, because this allow us to this allow us to send any type of email just authenticate email, so we can, because marketing cloud doesn't just comes with that any unique name. So we are using the SAP because it comes with the sender policy framework, SPF. Okay, so when it, because the marketing cloud is comes with the sender policy framework, SPF, so that's why it's ensuring that we are sending the messages as a part of our dedicated domain, and specific IP address are assigned to this domain, and and um, only email messages comes or associated with that, with these domain, then which is trustable, more trustable. Spammer also don't get any type of access by this thing. So we if we are talking about that domain reputation every time, because it's the dedicated and trusted domain, so when it comes to that domain reputation, then the domain reputation marketing cloud comes with that domain key identified email authentication mechanism as well, where we can talk about DKIM. Okay, so that this is also comes under the SAND classification. I think you already checked with that email marketing best practices before, or maybe in upcoming session, or we can cover this as well today. Not a big deal, because it's very important part before sending out any email. So domain key identification email authentication mechanism make sure our each email message is trustful. Okay, so we are using the DKIM domain key authentication packages, using that encryption key. So whenever you are logging your email studio, there is option admin tab is there. When you click on the admin tab, then there is an option to create a encryption key as well. Okay, encryption key, if you have any encryption file like the PGP file or any type of thing, then you can create their encryption key, so the data will be decrypted, or your file will be decrypted soon for the same. So dedicated and trusted domain, if I am talking about, then it's all about our sender reputation, because it's helping us, the sender ID helping us to identify ourselves as the identity sending SMS messages, like we are, okay, the sender, we are a user, or we are a authentication user, which we are sending the messages to others. So a dedicated domain for the cloud pages, or for the email, helping us to authenticate any web pages, authenticate any email to use in your marketing activity. So SAP is covering this dedicated and trusted domain. The second one is that custom account branding. Custom account branding is applying for for the link wrapping as well. Sometimes you can see that a URL within the body of your email, so but this is the complete with wrapping. So image wrapping also, you can see that into the images of a URL in your email is already built in from the in the backend side. So it comes, account branding is also come, so you can easily do this um, under the sender authentication package. When it comes to a dedicated IP address, then a unique IP address is assigned for sending out your emails, and this dedicated IP address is allowing us to building a reputation. Okay, in your sending pattern. So as we already talked about that, how you can build, how you can warm your IP. So slowly, if you are sending out the email, and if your IP is already warm, okay, by segmenting your data, then definitely the email will be reach out to your recipient inbox. But you need to follow that process, the complete process, and uh, it's Gmail or the Outlook, or whatever that whatever ESP you are using. Please think about it, that each ESP having a their own limit. Like if we are talking about that Gmail, then the Gmail is having limited capacity. Okay, the first week they can send a 50,000 email, the second week they can send a 1 lakh. So they have a like each and like they have a limited capacity, they can't overlook. If sometimes we have a large data, then we need to buy a two dedicated, we can use the two dedicated IP address as well for the same. But it's rare to rarest cases, but otherwise you can, it's possible with that one dedicated IP as well. um, the next one is the reply mail management. When we are talking about the reply mail management is gives us a control that how replies to your email are routed, so you can directly them to a specific email address, or you can also use that dynamic logic to managing the reply based on your subscriber data. So reply mail management is comes with that a lot of things, like first one is that um, there is a, you know, that whenever you are creating any type of reply to address, because there is a section, there is a reply to address section where you need to set up your specific email address to handle the replies. And that it's also comes with the reply routing as well. So whenever that subscribers replying to your email, then that mail management will analyze that, okay, this is the reply, and then it will directs it's according to that predefined rule. Like if you have said that auto reply, then it your subscriber will receive the automated reply based on that action. And forward reply, then also your subscriber can receive that follow up or review type of email as well. So this is all about the reply mail management. We can check in your email studio as well. So yeah, how it works, because I already explained, but I haven't go the next part, the reply mail. I'm just describing this, but yeah, this is the thing you can see here, that email reply address, reply subdomain, email display name, DNS record redirect complete. Also, you need to set up under the setup RMM. Okay, and how it's works. So I already described you that it's dedicated reply to address there, and that reply routing also you need to use. So you can understand by this image, like this is the user is going to initial send to subscriber, then the subscriber is responding and receiving the RMM confirmation, appropriate email account receive reply mail management. By using this, he received the reply again, and the sender replies directly to subscriber bypassing RMM, and then exchanging continue as long as necessary. So it's it's also important because it's all about the send management we are talking about. So in the send management, obviously the reply is very important. Sometimes the automated reply, sometimes the reply is routing. So we need to decide as per according to our choice, as per according to our condition, we can set up in a RMM. Okay, so next one is that sender profile, delivery profile, and the send classification. Because when we are sending out any email, then definitely we need to know that, user also need to know that from which um, from where I'm receiving that email, from which email, from name. So we need to specify all this detail. A sender profile just specifying the form information for the email sent, and sender profile includes the name and email address that appear in the recipient inbox. So the key components are from name, from email address, and that mail management. So if I'm talking about the from name, so it's just a name which the subscriber can see in their email. And just like that, any, like if I'm working in a dot squares, then I can see the dot squares weekly newsletter, okay, in the from name. And from email address, if I'm talking about the from email address, then this is the actual address from which the email is sent. And it's sometime it's often actually it's sometime it's oftenly used, like for the subdomain of your main domain as well. Like if the email is protected, then we can use that if I'm using that Salesforce services for the dot squares, then I can use that subdomain or Foursquare subdomain as well. So from email address we can use like my email address, and then domain specific my email address, and I'm already associated with some organization, so I can use that email address. And it's also good because the Salesforce also recommend that this is the best practices if we have a reputed email, reputed domain. So that's why we can use this. The reply mail management, if we are talking about, then this is the setting, the reply management setting, where we can control that how replies to your emails are handling perfectly. uh, so yeah, it's all about that sender profile. We already talked about a lot about reply management in previous slide. We already talked about this. So how it's matter, because it's all about the deliverability, we can say, because we are talking about the deliverability. So if email providers are using the sender profile, then they can, then it's helping to identify legitimate senders, or we can also to identify the loyal senders or trustable senders. Sender profile is just identify that okay, that the chance we are receiving the email will be improved, the brand reputation will be improved, our open rate or click rate will be improved. So a trustable sender name can encourage the subscribers to open your email again and again. Okay, the delivery profile, if we are talking about, then this delivery profile is that in sender profile we are using that from name, from email address, reply mail management, and delivery profile includes some important messages, information for each hour send. So it's just like a header with a link to view that email messages as a web page, or a footer sometimes is also having a physical mailing address, okay, required, also a subscriber links there, or we can see the can spam regulation, it's required. So we need to follow the can spam principle under the footer. And so it's all about the delivery profile. So it will make sure that our email will be delivered perfectly. The sender profile and delivery profile main purpose is this. When we are talking about the send classification, then the send classification, we can you can just we can say that bring our profile, we can combine our profile together with this send classification, because it's just a predefined combination of setting for our email send. And it comes with three type of things: sender profile, which you already talked about, delivery profile, and the send classification. So how we can do this, because it's comes with the send can spam classification. So definitely already is we can identify that this is the commercial email, this is the transaction email, which we have talked about yesterday as well. As it comes with the sender profile, so the from name, from address, we can also appear in the recipient inbox. The delivery profile we can talk about, then the IP address and header and footer, everything is there. So send classification is just a combination, and we need to create a send classification, okay, with the sender profile and delivery profile, to make sure that we are before sending out an email. Now it's time for that demo. So because we need to organize the content strategy, and when we are talking about our email marketing specialist, email is email specialist exam, then this is very important part, that how to organize our content strategy and what type of content strategy we should follow. Okay, so I'm just going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to for the demo, so I need to log in my org. uh, Piyusha, am I audible?
Yes, Kuldeep, you're audible.
Okay, great. I'm logging in my marketing cloud org. Just hold a minute.
Perfect.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again. Hope you all can see my screen.
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah, so uh, this is the option. First, I just want to clear few things because yesterday, you know that we have a few queries and questions about the triggered emails, triggered send definition, or maybe the triggered. Uh, what is the triggered actually? So, lot of questions around these type of terminology. So we can clear out this thing. So you know that when we are talking about the triggered email, then we can we need to create we have also we can also create a data extension, the trigger data extension, if we just want to send out any thank you email just for the sam, and I just want to record, then I can easily do this by using that trigger data extension. So for the trigger data extension, just like this, you are sending that random data extension. Okay, so you can just select any type of data extension, and under that so I haven't created because it's a demo org, so I haven't created it. But uh, here in the data extension, you can create a trigger data extension, and then if whether like whatever you are using, like if you are using that email, if you are using the landing page, then you just need to create a triggered send definition here. So here you can create a triggered send definition. If I'm clicking on my already created email triggered send definition, then you can see that how it looks like. You just need to select that particular email. Okay, or you can select the thank you email as well. If you want to send out any thank you email, then you just need to select this. And so whenever the user will click into the same. Okay, but I just want to clear one thing, that triggered send definition is actually not sending out any type of email. Okay, triggered send definition is not for that actual send, it's just a blueprint, because it's just a connection, it's, you can say that it's just a connection between your landing pages to your data extension, or you can see that it's just a configuration or the recipe for that triggered email, you can see. So here you can also see that we are linking this triggers and definition to our data extension, trigger data extension, which we have previously created. So whenever the thank you email will be generated, this is the responsible factor. How we can do this? This is the external key. So we just need to copy this external key and paste this external key to our landing pages or whatever the cloud pages we are using, and then it will be automatically tracked, because this trigger data extension is already activated with already selected this our data extension our um, where we are recording their activity. So if one if some users is receiving the thank you email, then we can see there the true instead of false, because in the data extension we need to set a lot of field value as per according to their choice. So I'm going to the data extension, and here you can create a data extension. Yusha, I think in a previous sessions we haven't covered this data extension. Can I just create and show them? Is it possible?
Yes, yes. We haven't covered data extension yet. Please, you can share a demo of how to create a data extension.
Okay. So when we are clicking into that subscriber option, there is a lot of options here. The all subscribers, where we can see that all our subscriber with their status, like they're active, they are bounce, or they are returning. And then list, groups, profile management, preference management, data extension. We have a lot of options. It's not possible to cover all type of things in this just one bootcamp, but today's we are talking about the data extension. So yeah, I'm going to show you something. If you want to know about each and every thing, then you just need to join our marketathon session. um, if you are interested to join marketathon session, you just need to send out to any message to Piyusha or me, okay, in LinkedIn or Twitter. Standard data extension. So here we can see the standard data extension: create from new, create from existing, or create from template. Okay. So if I am just using testing, uh, for the testing purpose, and is sendable, is testable, I'm going to next. You just need to, okay, this is the retention setting. So it's decide that when our data extension will be um, removed, deleted. Okay, so if you just want to because in the one data extension we have a lot of subscriber record. Okay, so if you just want to remove or delete any particular record, then we can just click on the individual record, or if we can just delete all the record and all the data extension after a certain period of time, like after 6 days, 6 weeks, or 6 months, then we can select the period option. We can also reset period on import as well. Okay, I if we want to remove all the records, then there is option for all record as well. So we are just I'm just selecting the off because I do not want to do this. But why we are selecting this option? Because in a marketing cloud, we just need to follow this main principle that we can't use or we can't keep those type of data extension which we are not using, because keeping the subscriber information without their preference or without any reason, it's not a good choice. So we need to organize our data extension structure by only having those subscriber information which they are really interested or which we want to interact them in future. So I'm just clicking on this off option, then I'm this is the next option. So yeah, now it depends that what type of data we are receiving. So as per according to that spreadsheet, or we are receiving in maybe in the CSV file, sometimes that we are receiving in a different file, or any others. If our data is already available in the other CRM, then we have a different type of fields we need to configure here, so we can just map those field. Okay, so here how we are mapping, because okay, this is the file I'm receiving from one of my client. Okay, maybe it's for in the place of Kuldeep, maybe it's for any other name or the last name. It's just for the example. Okay, so this is the raw data file. Okay, the first name, last name, email address, mobile number, or address. We can lot of data, maybe the 10,000 data, 50,000 data you can receive in that in the one file. Okay, sometimes you need to segment as well in your data by using that one. You can upload the one file in a one time, and then you can use the second file. It depends that what situation it is. Okay, you can more we can talk more about in detail in our markdown session, but yeah. So this one is our file, the raw file. So I'm just going to map this for the mapping purpose. I'm just adding the same field, the first name. First name is a text, because text is comes under the text and number as well. 50 is length. Nullable, because sometimes that other field may be the nullable as well. Sometimes the some fields are already fulfilled, but sometimes few fields are empty. So that's why we are just clicking on the nullable option. If you want to type here in default type of value, like then you can also do this, but it's not applicable with the first name or last name. Definitely I will show you something for the same, that where this option is applicable. Last name, last name is text, email address, the same is the same value here, the same data field we can see here, and we need to type here as well the same thing. So the data type is obviously it's email because it's email. So I'm selecting this email should be our primary key, or maybe sometimes that we are receiving the subscriber key as well in our data sheet, so we can select that type of as a primary key as well. Then we can see here that mobile number and address field, so we just need to mobile number, and mobile number is that phone or number we can say. So you just need to select the number, and then address, address. So address the text. So yeah, it's all good. So last name should be nullable. Maybe because nullable means maybe sometimes that we have a few fields are empty. So that's why we are clicking on this. So we are not taking any risk because we want to enter each and every data field into our data extension, or into our records. So send relationship means one, like our email address is related to our subscriber key. Subscriber is a unique identifier. I told you. If I'm not using the email studio, if I'm using that other studio like the content builder or any other thing, then instead of subscriber key, I can say that it's a contact key. Okay, so this is the big difference. When I'm using the email studio, it's a subscriber key. When not using the email studio, then it's become a contact key. I'm going to, so do not confuse about key. Okay, the contact key and subscriber key. I'm going to create a data extension. Okay, so the data extension is created, and the testing name. Okay, now if I'm going to upload record here, then I can just click on that import option. Okay, and obviously that in importing, if I'm using this raw data file, because I have a raw data file, so the file name is raw data file, name is keep row respect double quotes as a text qualifier. Sometimes that we do not want to risk, so that's why we are clicking on this, because the typo mistake or anything can maybe happen. So that's why. Okay, I can't see the next button. Piyushaji, can you see the next button here?
Maybe you can try to zoom out.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying. This is the same thing I'm trying in my laptop, but it's not happening. Hold a minute.
Um,
Mm, No problem. I can
I
create.
guess file is missing. That's why.
No, file is maybe I
File
opened
is
this
a
file. That's why.
compulsory record.
Now I close this file. Maybe it's happened.
Okay.
But it's not a case, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I can see the next option when I close this file.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the case.
Yeah. I guess because the file was open, it was not
Yes.
selected.
Yes. Sometimes it's happened. So I'm going to click on next. Um, Yeah, so we are going to map manually as well, or it's already mapped by header row as well. Okay, so this is the good option because we already can see that our raw data.csv file is having our is already mapped our data extension column. But if it's not happening sometimes, then this is the best option. Then we can click on the map manually. Okay, because we do not want to take risk that okay, this is the raw data CSV file, then this is our data extension column. So now we can go with that map by header row, and going to click next. I just want to use my email ID for the notification purpose, that if anything is happened, then or any error messages, then the email will, I will notify. Okay, in my email address, I'm going to click on import. So the file is successfully importing successfully started. Okay, now I'm again going to click on this. So our file containing records. Uh, so we can see a record here whenever the file is importing. Okay, because this is just a one data, so maybe it's not happening. But if we can just try out with that different type of data, then it will be possible. So we can also see this the same data extension in the content builder as well, contact builder as well. So I'm going to click on that contact builder and clicking on the data extension tab. So we can also see here that our testing data extension. Okay, so yeah, it's all about this. If I'm going to click, this is the example of our data extension. If the triggered send, email triggered send definition also we can, I already told you that how we can create it. Okay, and this is our Salesforce send option. So if you want to create that guided send, then this is the options nowadays, so you can easily send the guided send. So two type of send we have in that content builder as well, that test send and the guided send. The test send is for that testing purpose, and it's very required step. Before sending any email, it's really required step to send out our email for the testing purpose. So if I'm just clicking on the preview and test, and selecting any type of data, like in my data extension or in my list, if I'm having any data, then I just need to select that. So if I'm just selecting this data just for the example, okay, and if I'm just selecting this data, that kuldeep.sharma at the rate of .squares.com, or maybe my other email ID also I can see for the testing purpose. Okay, then this ID should be also come with that. The email should be comes with that on these two ID. So I'm going to send test, confirm and send. So the test sent successfully sent. So I must be receive the email now, and I can check that this email is correct or not. So yes, I have received that email. You can also check if you want to join our marketathon session, then you can just let us know about this. To let us know about us for this M. Piyushaji, I think yesterday also we have received a lot of query regarding the same. I have personally received a lot of message in the LinkedIn and Twitter for the marketathon session, and I added them into that virtual marketathon session event. So if you are receiving any queries or anything, then we can add those attendees to that session, so it will be really great. We have few questions. Piyushaji, can you
Yes,
let me
I
know so we can check
yes,
all
yes.
the
I
questions?
will just start with the Q and A's. Also, I've added the link in the chat section to join the Marketathon program. For those who have sent me a LinkedIn message, I've already shared this link with you. But in case you still want to, if you still don't have access to the WhatsApp group, here is the link in the chat section. I've also added today's exercise link with you all. So make sure you click on the link. It will actually help you get some hands on experience. I will be sharing some exercises, like bite sized exercises for you all to get hands on experience, because I'm still not able to share the full demo org access with everyone. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So I have I'll be sharing as we move forward a few links where you can actually perform um, the real time actions. So it's more like getting hands on experience for certain exercises. Since today we learned more about Content Builder, I have shared a link where you can get hands on experience on Content Builder. With that said, I will start with the questions. So, our first question is from Sunita. How lengthy should the email body have? As people usually don't like to scroll and read a lot of content, so how we can manage our content in email body specifically? Kuldeep, would you like to start?
Yeah, sure. That email body, when we are talking about the email body, that email body should be complete align, okay. um, because that if I'm talking about that email standard body field of that email, then it's 384,000 character is already decided for the same. But we can't follow this because it's a very high limit of that body limit, but we just need to follow that for that if our email is just a clear out, okay, if the email is fulfilling our purpose, then it's really good, the clear personalized email with that proper including the proper subject line, including the proper message, the perfectly mobile optimized, mobile friendly, perfectly aligned, the content should be aligned. So I think this all matters. And it's not matter that how much content you are putting there, okay. So that's why it's just a maximum length I'm talking about the like. But you can't send out email by using like this is the large email. Sometimes you know that yesterday we are talked about the soft bounce rate sometimes happen um, by these type of things as well, because it's not a good practice to include a lot of text like because it's you know that it's called a stuffing of that your terms, stuffing on your irrelevant content, so user can't even see or user can't read those type of emails. So please make sure about the best practices you are going to apply whenever you are sending out an email to the users.
Perfect. You actually explained a lot of things here. I just want to add my 2 cents. So, Zanita, as you also learned in our previous sessions, so email width is very important. It should not exceed 600 pixels. And the length is also important. If you add way too much content in the email, as you already have mentioned, people don't like to scroll. So, as per the latest studies, we got the figure of adding not more than 100 words, because 75 to 100 words email is a sweet spot. And also, if you put in too much content and you add call to action towards the end, then obviously the chances of clicking call to action button um, decreases significantly. So putting in clear call to action where your user will most likely be, looking at is the ideal way. So most of the times the emails are designed based on the inputs you'll receive from the marketing team. So make sure you give this input to them as well. If you're getting like requests where you are building way too long emails, make sure you share this with them as well. Also, like, they already know a lot of the things, but if they're still trying to stuff in information there, make sure you highlight your concern to them that, okay, people might not be reading all of it, or we might lose out on potential opportunities to get more sales with this email campaign, and so on and so forth. So obviously, keeping the email short and sweet and relevant is the key here. There's no standard size, which, like, okay, this is it and this is how long an email should be. It totally depends on the company, your audience, and a lot of different factors. So there's no one size fit all answer. It depends on, like, how you want to do this. um, all right, so moving on to the next question. The next question is from Samantha. I've already answered you this. In case you have any more questions related to this, please let us know. Next question is from Navya. Can you please show us an example on Einstein content selection using full content?
Yeah, I already described this Einstein content selection. So Einstein content selection is a block in a content builder. So we just using this block uh, to adding in this block we can add scripting language like the amp script we need to use, so we can provide the more personalized recommendation to our user based on their previous purchase history or based on their behavior. And then as per according to this data, the Einstein content selection will automatically pick up um, whatever their choices or the product interested, whatever the product interested they have, so they are. So yeah, it's all about that, this the Einstein content block selection. So when you will use it, then you can actually know it that how it works, and it and the usability is just for that personalization, and because it's all about the AI. So yeah, we
Perfect.
can add
Yes.
point to this if you want
Cool.
to.
No, I guess you have covered pretty much everything. Moving on to the next question. What type of questions should we expect to see in the exam? So, I mean, there are a lot of different types of questions you might see. Some things which I would highlight is you'll get questions around RMM, SAP, sender profiles and authentication, blah, blah. You might get questions around dynamic content, some of the Einstein features, not like too much into detail into how to set up Einstein products, but more so like what product is used for what type of usage. So, and how they work. So, like, just get a general idea of Einstein content as well. And From what we have discussed, like, a lot of questions will come around email marketing best practices. Um, Very generic questions, though. Most of the things we have covered will be able to help you through that. Kuldeep, would you like to add anything in here from what we have discussed today and yesterday? What all questions you might see in the exam?
Yeah, the main part, because the in our marketing cloud email specialist, the content creation and delivery part 1 and part 2 both have a weight of 24% of your total syllabus. So please make sure, and 24% is huge part. Okay, so
Mhm.
please make sure that you are completing this part, because the remaining part of the email marketing best practices is also covering the 10 parts. So you can say it's 34% of part you
Mhm.
can cover easily if you have a clear concept. If you have a like good hands on, you can do, you can do by so it's very easy to do, and it's, but it's only possible when you are uh, practice daily basis, because this is, don't go for specific for the exam, first go for improving your skills. So once your skills will be improved, then you are automatically eligible for that exam. So yeah.
Yes, and you can also do a lot of practice tests. We'll be doing two practice tests towards the end. So I'm trying to, prepare. all of you for that exam, but still try to read the resources towards the end of the modules as well, as I mentioned before. Try to learn as much as possible. Majority of the content creation, delivery, and email marketing best practices are theoretical concepts. So make sure you read this part very carefully because you need 67% to pass the exam. And if you cover this 34% very well, half of your exam is already done, right? So make sure you utilize this to your benefit and yeah, succeed in the exam. All right, moving on. Um, I, Patrick wants to know, I believe Einstein requires sufficient data to analyze trends, patterns, and behaviors effectively. What factors should a new customer consider to determine if Einstein, after Salesforce setup, has gathered enough data to make reliable decisions? Kuldeep?
Mm, can you please repeat again?
So he wants to know, I believe Einstein requires sufficient data to analyze trends, patterns, and behaviors effectively.
Mhm.
What factors should a new customer consider to determine if Einstein, after Salesforce setup, has gathered enough data to make reliable decisions?
Yeah, so Einstein, the new updates or the new trends from the Salesforce, and it's not only from then Einstein. It's like that it's a AI plus trust, because if Einstein is representing that AI, then we are adding the value of trust as well. So why we are adding the value of trust with the CRM? Because we are make suring that we always make sure our Salesforce, and we always make sure that your data will be secure, your data will be trustable. So if in terms of that trends and what next is coming for the same, then it will already in a marketing cloud, if I'm talking about, then already a lot of things are already launched, like a waterfall segmentation, typeface marketing. Typeface marketing is like whenever you are typing any text, then that in a content block, then the image will be automatically image recommendation you can see there, and you can select your preferred image there. Okay, just type your prompt, and that image will appear, and you can select by using your AI recommendation. So AI plus trust is bringing a lot of values. So you can just check with the same, and yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And also, Patrick, something which I want to mention from my end is so Einstein will start adding in dynamic content based on the information we already have in the system. As the customer will interact more with the system, the outcome of Einstein's results will refine as we move forward. So once you set up it initially, you'll see more of a broader results. But as the customer will start interacting more and more, we'll be able to refine the results based on their preferences, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and it's not about only like for that one places. Even the we can see, Piyusha, that in marketing cloud in a lot of places we have a Einstein Analytic, we have a Einstein content selection. So
Mhm.
like because it's AI is a part of nowadays on
Yes,
every platform.
absolutely. Yeah, and not just for dynamic content, everywhere actually. Even if we look at send time optimization, initially, since we'll have very limited information, but as we'll move forward, we'll be able to, get more and more data on that. Once we have much better data, we'll be able to produce relatively good results using Einstein tools. So it's not like the day you'll set up, you'll be able to get 100% correct results, but it will take some time to train Einstein on what kind of best results we can offer. Perfect. So moving on, next question is from Sarang. If I've set the DKIM keys in Salesforce, do I need to set up the same in Marketing Cloud as well? Kuldeep, would you like to take this?
About the DKIM, I think he is asking.
Yes. So
Yeah.
he is saying
Mhm,
that he already has set up DKIM in Salesforce. Do
mhm.
I need to set up the same in Marketing Cloud?
No, DKIM, if you already set up the DKIM, then it's good because DKIM is just using that just for the domain key identifier key is that for your custom domain. So if you already set up this, then you no need to you no need to set up anything. Please, but please make sure that your sender policy framework already added, okay, in your DNS record, because this is the thing you just need to consider. Otherwise, if already DKIM is set up, then not a big deal for you.
Perfect. Next question from Sarang again. I come from a Salesforce development background and want to learn more about the Marketing Cloud OOTB functionality out of the box. Okay. Once a related record of contact, Salesforce contact is created in Salesforce, an email should be sent out to the contact on the very next working day. Is there any feature in Marketing Cloud to avoid sending emails on holidays via automations? I guess there are a lot of features where you need to set up holiday calendar and stuff like that. But what you're talking about is sending out emails to your Salesforce contacts, that is Salesforce Sales Cloud contacts. I'm mostly relating it to that. You can actually do this using a flow within Sales Cloud rather than in Marketing Cloud, because if you want to add that contact in Marketing Cloud, you need to use Marketing Cloud to connect your sales in Marketing Cloud, and then it'll be a whole different process to actually do this. Kuldeep, would you like to explain this further?
Yes, if you want to just send out the email during the weekend or during the holiday, sometimes the customers don't want to send out any email during the holiday. So it depends that what your choice, and you can create that condition as per according to your requirement. Like in Automation Studio, you can directly resolve this, or in if you like if your customers having like located in a different time zone, then you need to just create a journey, and there you can set the different type of time zone, and in a decision splits, when like decision splits also you can use as per according to that weekend. Like you can set a condition there that okay, this is the 7 days week period, so I need to send out the email after the 7 day or whatever you want to prefer day. So this is the thing you can also set up in the journey builder. If you have do not don't have multiple condition, you just need to send out by using the Marketing Cloud, then you can also use the Automation Studio, because this is the great tool. Otherwise, Piyushaji also suggested a very good approach, because if you because Marketing Cloud is for the different purpose. It can be solved out by the in a Sales Cloud as well, within a Sales Cloud as well. So yeah, Piyushaji, very great point from your end.
All right. Well, thank you so much for explaining this, Kuldeep. Moving on, Pasha wants to know if we are running multiple email campaigns, can we send all emails same day and same audience? How can we approach? First thing is, I would never recommend sending multiple emails on the same day. To like one set of audience, because even if I'm a customer and I'm getting 4 or 5 different emails from a company, I would more likely be unsubscribing from them on the same day. So it's not a good practice to send multiple emails on the same day, if that's what your question is. But you can actually achieve this. It's easy to send all the emails. You can schedule emails for a certain time. You can just use it in Journey Builder. You can set up times. Okay, if you want to send first email at 11 a.m. and then second at 12:30 or whatever. So you can send multiple emails for to the same audience on the same day. It's not a big deal. The problem is you should not do this. Kuldeep, would you like to add something here?
Yes, Piyushaji, very true point. Very true, because it's really happened sometimes that audience or sometimes some users are also thinking, why not I'm sending a lot of emails in a single day. Why it's not a good practice? Not from the customer point of view, this is the one point, because obviously the customer can't see a lot of email in a single day, but the other thing as well, because if you are doing this practice, then obviously um, you are hurting your reputation. Okay, so the sender reputation will be negatively impact, and when the sender reputation will negatively impact, then after a few days or after a few weeks, you will not notice that you will receive a bounce rate. Okay, the bounce rate will be increased automatically, and then the sender reputation will negatively impact, then that your email will not go to your recipient inbox, and it will go to their spam folder automatically. So, and in the most of the cases, when you can see that your spam folder is receiving lot of emails from any other organization, then this is the reason which we are talking about. This is the one of the reason which we are talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. A fantastic point about the sender reputation. It will significantly impact that if you're sending multiple emails in a day. So please avoid doing this. And that's all we can say. Moving on, next question is from Vabhav Najay. Is there any provision with which we could test the email if it's fitting with the screen sizes for majority of the browsers and devices available like computer, iPad, mobile phones, etc.? So Vaibhav, the standard width size which Marketing Cloud recommends is 600 pixels because it will fit into most of the screen sizes. Also, there's an option to make your emails mobile responsive so that it will adjust according to all the different devices your potential customers or your subscribers are using. So you do have that option. You have the option to test send as well. So you can send it to test email and you can check how it looks in different devices. So just a few options. Kuldeep, would you like to add something here?
Yes, Pishaji, very great point, because these are the recommendation we all always suggested to our clients. And for the preview and test, the test send is the best option before sending out any email. And not only that, mobile purpose or the device compatibility. It's when we are when like, obviously he's talking about the browser as well. So in terms of the browser, also we need to test by using the test send, and you know that in Gmail sometimes that image is properly load, but not images is properly load sometimes in the Outlook or any other service provider. So we also can we also can do a test and in our Outlook device, and we can check that okay, this is fine as per according to our email service provider, or we need to take any appropriate action then as per according to the results. So yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Well, our last question for today is if I'm sending a survey via Marketing Cloud, what should be the frequency of the reminder emails so that we can avoid survey fatigue? Um, for me, it's a week and 3 days. So initially, I'll be sending out weekly reminders. Towards the end, I'll send it 3 days before the last date, so not more than that. Do not try to overdo this. One email per week is more than enough if somebody wants to complete the survey. If you're doing it way too much, and a week, one email per week is also recommended when you're doing it like 3 weeks continuously. If you're doing it beyond that, I'll not be sending it more than once per month or something like that, because if somebody is interested in submitting a survey, they will do it after the second or third reminder, not beyond that. What do you think, Kuldeep?
Yes, completely agree. And one more thing I want to add, that if we are talking about the survey and reminder, then if you already send out one reminder to them, okay, for that survey specific, then do not send a second reminder for the survey specific, because it's all about the survey. So survey reminder should be only one, because customer can't feel uncomfortable just because of our frequently reminders for the survey. Reminder, we can say, we can send multiple reminder for the different use case. But if we are talking about the survey, then definitely we just need to send a one reminder, and 1 week, I think that good, as you suggested. So yeah, all well.
Mhm. Perfect. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. It was fantastic listening to all of your questions. And if you have any more questions, please feel free to reach out to either me or Kuldeep. Until next time, next week, we have two amazing speakers for you. Vicky, she'll be talking about Automation Studio, and we have Elliot Harper. He will be talking about Journey Builder. So the next week's Saturday session is again on 7 p.m., where Vicky will take us all through Automation Studio. Um, and then the Saturday session is at 11 a.m., where Elliot will talk about Journey Builder. So I hope to see you both there. I will be sharing today's exercise and assignments in the LinkedIn group. So if you're not a part of it, please join in. And also, the recording will be posted on YouTube. Once again, if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out. I hope you had a good learning session today. Thank you so much for joining in and have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you so much, Piyusha ji, for inviting
Thank
me.
you so much. Bye bye.
Bye.